This week, putting in the pink stuff.
E, B.
How to winterize an RV. To show you how to do this, we've come to Holland Motor Homes in Holland, Michigan. And this is much easier than it looks when you read all the descriptions. Shannon is going to show us what to do. The first step we've already done, and that is to drain out all the fresh water in your freshwater tanks. Now we've done that, and now let's go talk to Shannon and find out what do we do next.
All right, the first thing we want to do is come in behind the Truma unit here. All these valves behind the Trumas are labeled. So we've got A is going to get closed, E is going to get closed, B is going to get closed, and C is going to get opened.
C's open?
Yep. And that puts us in bypass. And then once we've got that, we're going to open D, and then we're going to go outside and drain the unit.
This is with the Truma hot water heater.
Yep. We've already got that in the off position, which is going to be the first thing that we do. Then, assuming that the water pump has been shut off, we will pull out the screen, and it's going to keep coming out like that for a short while. Okay, so now that we've got the unit drained, we're going to come in here, click that back into place, set this back, and lock that down. We're done outside here for the time being.
So I won't have to come and do anything here until it's time to de-winterize it in the spring.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
I wish it was spring now, don't you?
I certainly do.
This is our blowout tool. All this is the 55 psi regulator you get for your city water inlet, and it serves the same purpose for air pressure. So when we apply 150 psi of shop air pressure, only 55 psi of that is getting through the regulator, so that we don't do any damage to the water lines in the coach.
What are we doing now, exactly?
We are applying air pressure to blow out the system. We're going to apply air pressure. Hear the air going through the check valve. System's pressurizing. And we'll start out here.
The outside shower.
Yep. Get this unmoving here a minute. And one side at a time.
All the water out.
Yep. And you'll hear all that moaning agony is just the air passing through the regulator. And we want to make sure that all the water that we can get out is out before we start pumping the RV antifreeze in, because if you contaminate the RV antifreeze with water, if it's diluted, it's not going to be as effective against freezing. Every faucet.
Hear that air coming up?
Going to give it just a moment, and then switch to the other way. So hot and cold on each faucet, on the shower, and the toilet. So okay. And then we are going to go shut off the air pressure relieve the pressure, and then we'll take out the water filter cartridge. Now see, I pulled this out and the check valve reseated, so the system is still under 55 psi of air pressure. Relieve that pressure. Both sides until all that pressure is gone. So now that we've got the system depressurized, we're going to come down here. In this particular coach, the water filter is located under the bathroom sink in here. I'm going to take our filter wrench, which was provided with the coach. It's easy to slide or to unscrew it by hand. I'm going to take the cartridge out. Set that in the sink for a moment. Thread that right back up. Now, we don't use the tool to tighten it back down. You should have plenty of grip just to be able to tighten it by hand, and only by hand. This is only for loosening it.
We'll keep the tool right in there.
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Sure.
All right.
Now, do you recommend we replace this every year, right?
Yeah, depending on use, depending on if you're full-time, if you're in this thing a lot, like Mike and Jen are,
Yeah.
then absolutely. Every season, if not more. But for part-time campers, if you use it a half a dozen weekends or something like that out of the summer, you can probably get more mileage out of it than that. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll replace ours in the spring.
yeah.
Now where do we go?
Okay, so with the water filter cartridge out, we're going to come back around. Get
That pink stuff.
our bucket of pink stuff. I have a hose in here, but we don't need that with Leisures because they provide a suction hose. And the way I have held that in place for these is to just shut the lid down partially on it, just to hold it in place. And then if you're doing this out of just the individual gallons, that hose will sit down in there pretty nice. So we're going to flip our winterizing valve now to winterize.
Okay.
And then we're going to go inside and turn on the pump.
A lot of back and forth,
Yeah,
but there's a system.
a lot of back and forth. Okay,
And inside,
so now
water pump.
turn our water pump on. And one side at a time. We'll leave this open until we see the pink come through.
Here it's sucking out there.
Mm-hmm. It takes a moment because we had
There's the pink.
the filter cartridge out, so we had to refill that cartridge housing before you see the pink come through.
So we did the cold side, and now we're doing the warm side.
Yep. And I always let it run for a few extra seconds after I've seen the pink to make sure that we have enough pink down in this, the
drain,
sink
yeah.
trap.
Yeah, the trap.
We'll do the same thing. Faucet.
Pink stuff coming out.
And the sprayer. Okay. Pump all that air out. All the pink's gonna come through. Both hot and cold. Not a problem with showers. because they always want to drip forever after the fact, and you just have to let them do it. Once we're all set blowing things out, we're going to go through with a towel and wipe out all of our sinks, because RVA is primarily alcohol, but as it dries it will leave kind of a sticky, tacky film, and it's not the end of the world for
But it kind of
anything,
smells
but
too.
yeah, it's got a bit of an odor to it, and this is always just nicer for the customer, so that's what we do.
Now the outside shower.
Yep. Open each side
Pink.
until we see pink.
Pink. Now a lot of people think, well, I don't even use the outside shower, but you still should do this, correct?
Yes, because anytime you've watered the system back up and have used it regularly, what may have been left in the line is going to start to mix at whatever junction the outside shower is attached to. So if you got fresh water constantly running across that junction, that is mixing constantly.
So you need to do that even though you don't use your outdoor shower.
Yes.
There's another gallon of antifreeze.
If you have a macerator, like Mike and Jen do, then once you have dumped your holding tanks, your gray and your black, then you're going to shut the valves out there, come back in here, add 1 more gallon of straight RV antifreeze to your black tank, which is always easiest to do for the toilet. Once this is emptied in here, you're going to run your macerator until the tank is empty again, and that means that you have straight RV antifreeze in the macerator for the winter.
Okay, everything on the outside, everything on the inside is done. The antifreeze is in the system. There's one final check, and that is right here at the dump station. Pink stuff coming out. Now, this was all for the Leisha Travel Vans Unity model that we happen to have. There are all sorts of other ways to winterize. Different manufacturers have different systems. We have a link here that you can follow. Just click that link and you'll go to our playlist where we have a whole bunch of other winterizing videos. But the process is not that hard, so don't be afraid of it, and it's really not that expensive. A couple $100 and a dealer will take care of it for you as well. Hey, I'm Mike Wendland. Please click that video and check out our other winterizing videos, and don't forget to subscribe to the RV Lifestyle channel right here on YouTube. Thanks to Shannon and the folks at Holland Motor Homes for giving us the time and letting us film as they winterized our Unity for this winter, and I'm already looking forward to summer camping. It's coming, you know. Honest, I'm not kidding. Click the video and see some more winterizing videos.